Social Studies, Day 6. Civics for All, Separation of Church and State. Objective. Analyze the concept of separation of church and state by interpreting court cases. The assignment. You will examine several court cases that involve the concept of separation of church and state. The phrase church in this case is used to represent religion in general, meaning any religion or religious group. The phrase state means governmental policies, organizations, groups, institutions at any level. So this is important to get these two definitions here. Anytime the government uses these two words, they don't mean exactly like the dictionary definition, but they mean what was given here. So church refers to religion in general. Anytime the government says the word church, that's what it's going to mean. Unless they say it's very specific church, if they just use the word church, it's just a religion in general. And the word state just refers to the government, whether it's government policies, government organizations, groups, institutions, anything to do with the government. So you could kind of replace those words. Anytime the government says church, they mean religion. And anytime the government says state, they mean a government institution or anything like that, anything to do with the word government. Unless they say a specific state like the state of New Jersey or the state of Texas or anything like that. And these are going to be the items that you'll be completing. It looks like a lot, but it's actually not that much. And I'll show you parts A and B and the court case summaries, and then the final questions will be in the second part. Okay, so this is parts A and B, the church and state worksheet. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so part A, establishment clause of the First Amendment. So you'll learn later on about the First Amendment and the Bill of Rights, but as Americans, you have certain rights, and part of the First Amendment is what's the Establishment Clause. So this is a subpart of the First Amendment, and this is what it says. It says here, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. And the only thing you need to do in part A is to summarize in your own words. So I'll break down that establishment clause for you guys, and then use that to create a summary in your own words. So I'll do kind of what we did in class, which is to kind of replace words to make them more understandable for us. So Congress, so we know Congress, they're the lawmakers, the Senate and the House of Representatives. They're the ones that make the laws. So shall make no law, and we could change it to an easier word, will make no law respecting an establishment of religion. So an establishment of religion just means the setup or of religious organization, things like that. And respecting means to kind of give high praise or in regards to about. So it will make no law. I'm going to put in the words in regarding a religion. So they're not going to make any laws about a religion or respecting a religion or giving high praise to a religion. Or prohibiting, another word for stopping or blocking, the free exercise, which just means practice. So this is kind of my simplified version. So Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. I just kind of took the same thing, but just simplified it a little bit. Congress will make no law in regarding a religion or stopping the free practice of a religion. So here in this box, you're going to type your own interpretation, your own summary of the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. And Part B here. Part B is Jefferson's letter to the Danbury priests, Baptists. So this requires a little bit of background information. So Thomas Jefferson, at this time, he would have been the third president of the United States. And he's writing a letter to the Danbury Baptists. So the Baptists are a religious organization. They're a subcategory of Christian religion. And Danbury just refers to where they're located. So Danbury is a place in Connecticut. So he's just sending a letter to this group. And the background information for this group is, this group, while they're Christian, while they're religious, they support having religion separate from their government. They like the religious freedom to be free, to practice their own religion, to not mix it with government. So that's their background. I'm going to read an excerpt, part of his letter to the Danbury Baptists. So Thomas Jefferson goes, "Believing with you that religion is a matter which lies solely between man and his God, that he owes account to none other for his faith or his worship, that the legislative powers of government reach actions only, and not opinions. I contemplate with sovereign reverence that act of the whole American people, which declared that their legislators should make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, thus building a wall of separation between church and state." So here in this letter, Jefferson is agreeing with the Danbury Baptists of their opinion of keeping government separate from religion. And he's kind of giving example here that religion is a matter that's between the person and their God. That's the relationship of religion. It's the individual person and whatever religion they believe in. If they believe in a religion, that's the relationship. It's got nothing to do with the legislative powers of government, the Congress, lawmaking. It's all the opinion and the relationship between that one person and their religion, their God. So he's agreeing with that clause, make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting, stopping the free exercise of religion, and thus building a wall of separation between church and state. So Thomas Jefferson here is in complete agreement with keeping church and state separate. So keeping religion and the government separate to make sure that government does not have religion in it. Thomas Jefferson is the president at this time, so he's part of the government. The Danbury Baptists, they are a religious group, and they both agree that the government should not be intertwined or intermingling with religion. The government should keep away from religion, and also the government should not in any way stop religion. They want to keep the free exercise of religion. So your answer here is your ruling. Pretend that you're a judge. You hear what Thomas Jefferson is saying. He's saying, yes, he wants to build a wall of separation between church and state. And the question here is, do you think Jefferson's interpretation of the Establishment Clause is valid or is correct? So go ahead. Do you think it's correct or do you think it's not correct? And just type your answer there and just give a reason why you believe so. We'll go into the court cases in the next video.